Hi, it's Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Today we are going through all these hooks. We are starting the ultimate hook review. I have 16 different hooks in here we're going to compare and see what is best for 2026 and onward. This hook review is going to be in bits and pieces, and we're going to get down to the bottom of what hooks are available now in 2026, and are they worth it, and is there hidden gems out there that are a better deal and crochet better? We don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to find out, and I can't wait. I have unboxed them. If you want to see the unboxing video, I will link it in the description down below. My daughter has also gone through them and given her feedback. She's a pencil grip. I'm a knife grip. So that's interesting. Her opinions are different than mine. So both of those options will be there, both opinions. But I want to open up each type of hook, each style of hook. I have them all in between a 6 and 7 millimeter, and we're going to compare each hook. I'm going to build like a scarf or something and change hooks every, I'm not sure how many rows, but we're totally going to do, or I'm totally going to do a project with each hook in a specific order so we can see which hook kind of like works the best, is easier, glidier, does a better job, or is just, you know, cheap and cheerful and works as a crochet hook, because there's obviously a big price variation also. I have them all. I did a really fancy one. I printed my invoice and I cut out the crochet hooks and I put them in order of cost per hook. So if it was like a set of 6, I divided the price by 6. So our cheapest crochet hook is 75 cents and our most expensive crochet hook is $37.50. We are going to compare all of them but we're also including value in that. So where should we even start? I think we should start. This is the cheapest set of hooks. Let me find the price. $8.99, so $9 for this whole kit. It comes like, it's a complete starter kit. Is it taped? Everywhere. Okay, I just gotta break it then. They taped it on both sides. Okay, I do have scissors. I'll cut it. Okay. That was something. So it has a little pouch. It's just fabric. That's cool. I don't mind it. So this is $9. You get a pencil case with all sorts of goodness inside. So this had the best Google review or Amazon reviews. Holy moly. Look at all the hooks you get. You get 12 different hooks, so all the way up to an 8 millimeter. So all the hooks you really need as a beginner. Plus you get some stitch markers, a pair of scissors, a measuring tape. Oh my gosh. Well, that explains why you get such good reviews. A stitch counter for knitting needles, but you can still use it for crochet. Oh my gosh. Metal needles. Oh, that's adorable, but also dangerous. This is a little yarn cutter. Can you see the blade inside there? That is a little yarn cutter. That is really fun. I don't have one of these. Okay, I do now. That's really cute. I mean, you know, you could cut your yarn quite easily with that. I love that. So you get all of that for $9. That is mad value right there. I want to check out these needles. If you got a sharp tip needle for $9, I'd also freak out. Okay, you don't. They're all blunt tip. Oop. Throwing them around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 needles. But all metal needles. That is amazing. Metal needles are not like those cheap plastic ones. The cheap plastic ones are cheap and they're kind of handy because they bend and you can like curve them to get through where you want them to go. But they can also be snaggy and they don't go through the threads. Metal ones are great. That's like a total perk right there. If there was a sharp tip, totally good. But if you're a beginner, you might not want to use a sharp tip because you cannot take your stitches out. You cannot get back from that. If you sew in your tails with a sharp tip needle, they are sewn in. You have to cut out that whole section where you sewed in your needles. So I'm going to take out a 6 milli. I'm going to take out the 6 millimeter. Now for the price, I'm not even expecting these to be very good. Because, I mean, how ridiculous. 75 cents is basically the price here. Where is a 6 milli? Come on, is it brown? It's hard to see the little sticker. The 6.5 is a lovely purple color. I might use a 6.5. And then they just have the size stamped on to the bottom of the hook. These are like the first crochet hooks I bought back in the day. I had a different brand. It didn't come in a cute kit. It was just like a case, like a snap case, a plastic, you know, case with your crochet hooks in it. And they felt like this. They did work. These are quite blunt at the tip. They're quite blunt, not pointy at all. I'm going to keep out the 6.5 because it's cuter. I want to crochet with that cute color hook. So 6.5 for that cutie. And all those are going back in the case. So you get a lot of value. Like if you're starting out, or if you wanted to gift somebody like, oh, you're getting into crochet, here's a crochet hook set. This is a great option, especially if you're not sure if that person is going to love crochet forever or just wants to try it out. This is solid value. Plus, also really good to just keep in the car for emergencies because it has everything in it. Like if you're stuck somewhere, you know what I mean? This could get you through. So that $9 right there. We'll see about it. I'm adding the first hook. Let me move my glasses. The first hook to the order of things. I have a little table over here. I'm just going to put them in order. I'll show you the little table right there. So there's our one little hook. Yes, this is my new outdoor bedroom. Don't tell anyone. I love it out here. Okay, next. Should I go by the cheapest upwards, you think? Or we just go for it? I wonder what we should do. Okay, if I went from the cheapest, what would be the next ones to do? Oh, maybe that's an okay thing. Okay, hold on. The next cheapest, because they do kind of go together. Cheap hook options. So this is 8 crochet hooks, a 20 millimeter, all the way down to a 6 millimeter. Look how cute those are. Like, honestly adorable. So these are $1.69 per hook. Or, hold on, I gotta read it. $13.49 for the set. So there's 8 crochet hooks for $13.49. But if you ever bought a big crochet hook, you can spend that much just on this one hook. So this 20 milli right there, and it has like a really nice throat in there. Is that called the throat? Really nice spot for catching yarn in there. And then they go smaller in size. So these are great. Also not expecting them to be fantastic, especially the small ones, because I think they're a little bit bendy. Can you see that? So if you were doing, 2 strands of yarn or something where you're really pulling a lot, I can see this getting quite a bit of movement on it. Where even by the time you get to a bigger hook, I guess they're still bendy in the middle. Okay, this guy's not bendy. I'd get the set just for the 20 milli. But I'm going to put the 6 milli on our list of hooks to try. So, interesting. $1.69 for a 20 millimeter hook. And you get a bunch of other hooks with it. That's how I'm looking at it. But $13.50 if you're buying the whole set. I think I got these for Anthony, but I also think I'm keeping them. I'm keeping them. I did buy, by mistake, 2 sets of the Prim. I bought 2 sets of these, so I'll just give him a set of Prim and keep that interesting set with the 20 milli. So the Prim ones, I'm opening it from the bottom. I know I probably shouldn't. So I did not get, I thought I did. I thought I ordered the 6 milli. I was ordering a lot. I really, not the 6 milli, but you know, the smaller hook size set. But apparently I did not. I didn't order it. I ordered it the first time, but I had to cancel my order because I forget why. But I canceled my whole order, and then I'm like, okay, let me order it again. I put everything back in my cart and ordered again, but I did not get these put in my shopping cart, and I thought I did. Like, I looked through and it looked like I'd ordered it, but I hadn't. So I have 2 of the big sets and 0 of the small to 6 millimeter. So I'm going to be using a 7 millimeter for our sample project. And these are the Prim ergonomic hooks. The whole set was $29.58. The other set I bought was $33, so say $30. But for this set, it works out to be $5.92 for one hook. And it goes all the way to, I want to say 10 millimeter. Oh, that's the reason. Oh, I need my glasses. Hold on. This one has those letters, the American letters. 7 milli. Okay, so it says on the end of it. Well, it goes all the way up to an O if you are familiar. Oh, here it is on the back. Up to a 12 milli. So 7 milli up to a 12 milli, or a USL to a USO. It's an optimized hook, easily catches yarn and glides effortlessly through stitches. High performance synthetic material, optimized hook, and super smooth. Made in Germany. I do like Prim as a company. They have a lot of sewing supplies, which are also really great. And I did learn on a Prim, not a fancy Prim. I learned on a super basic Prim. Well, not learned, but like as an adult. When in 2004, when I was like, you know, learning to crochet again as an adult, I used a Prim. And it worked just fine. It was a steel one. But these are, so they're thinner on one side and fatter on the other. So thin and then fat. So I don't mind them. They're long. They're a bit long enough. There's no specific thumb rest, but because it's shaped like a egg, like ovally shaped, it kind of has a natural spot to turn. We're going to try them out. Equal opportunity. It's a little bit pointy. And there's no ridges on it. Maybe that's what they mean by optimized. We'll see. This one has our cheaper one. How much are these ones? Our $1.69 option has a slight, you can't really feel it, can you? A little bit. There's a little bit of a ridge on the shaft in there. We're still going to give it a try. Okay, so we have 3 hooks lined up for the test drive. Ergonomic. Oh, also the Prim, keeping in on track with the soft grip Prim. I love the colors of these. I think they're really pretty. They're nice and small. I don't know if small is a good thing. We'll find out. I'm going to try the 6 millimeter. It is coming like this pack. And then you kind of, like a bad pencil case, really. I'm just going to take one out and then hopefully put it all back together. The packaging, I'm not a fan of. That was complicated. I like my things staying cute, but we did get one out. So this is basically the kind of Prim I started crocheting with, except mine had just a straight plastic handle on it, not tapered like that. It's also printed, the size is printed on the handle. I don't know if that's such a good thing, because I think that's where you could also like use it as a thumb rest. So it might wear off. I don't know. We're going to find out. So 6 millimeter. The shaft is smooth, but it's quite cut out. But there's no feeling of ridges, but it is quite angular. But Prim generally knows what they're doing, so I'm going to give it a try. Okay, so I have a lot of green hooks over there. Okay. What else are we going to do that is similar? Oh, I can try these. These are the coupe large crochet hooks. Now there's a lot of coupe everything on Amazon these days. They seem to be quite popular. They looked online like they are just crochet hooks stuffed into, what do you call that? I want to call it phyllo pastry, but I know it's not. Is it phyllo dough? It feels a bit like that. It's a matte finish. It feels nice and smooth, and they are really pretty. I don't know what kind of hook is in there. 6 millimeter, 6.5. Oh, was I already holding it? Okay, that's 9. What do you mean I don't have a 6? I don't have a 6? I have a 7. I have an 8. I have a 6.5. Okay, so I'm going to use the 6.5 for our test. Definitely interesting. So we have a bunch of inline and we have a bunch of tapered. Well, also, I think all of them right now are tapered. I haven't got to the inlines yet, but we do have inlines coming up. The difference between inline and tapered is tapered, and inline is kind of just cut out. They cut the hook part out of like the shaft. So tapered is smoothed in. Is that even a word, smoothed in? You know what I mean. Tapered. And inline is just a nook cut out of your hook. We're going to get to inline in a minute. Now there's more coupe. There's more coupe. These are also coupe. These are super cute. I love the colors. I like that. It looks like candy to me. I'm super into it. The handle comes up taller than the other ones. I can't read anything. Need my glasses again. Apparently, the sizes are on the shaft. That's tricky. Oh, easier to see with glasses. Okay, let's just ease into it. There's a 6.5. Okay, so we're using 6.5. I'm going to put the rest of those in the bag. And here is our 6.5, or a K hook. I don't know if you can read it on the shaft there. Kind of hard to see. I think you'd have to, well, I guess you can see it. It's not like it's impossible. Is that my favorite way of marking it? No, I'd rather have it like stamped on the end or something. But they are interesting. It's long enough, like so that it fits in your hand and your thumb can still be on that plastic bit. The shaft feels smooth enough. I don't feel any like sharp edges or anything. And you can kind of see, where did I see it? I thought I saw, yeah, I did. You can see a little bit of the metal. I don't know if you can see it. You can see a little bit of the metal in between those coils. So the hook goes all the way down, which is nice. So that stops the bending or like breaking of the handle. And it's really cute. I think if you were like learning to crochet or giving to a child, those would be really cute. So we're going to try the 6.5 in that coupe version. Oh, we have these also. Oh, these are the boy Ergo Crochet Hook set. These were hard to find. I wanted to get the boy and the Susan Bates. Susan Bates ergonomic, I could not get delivered. It kept on getting delayed. I had to cancel it. They didn't make the shipment. I did manage to get these. They were not the cheapest thing on the whole planet. It was $45.81 for this crochet hook set. But there is 12 hooks in there, so it works out to $3.82 per hook. That being said, I'm not going to use all those tiny hooks yet. Maybe I will in the future. Let me find a hook that we would use. That's a 5 milli, so that's probably a 5.5. I want to try a 6. 5.75. Oh, wow. That is a 5.75. I don't even think I own a 5.75. I do now. So the blue one must be the 6. This is 6.5. What? What? Is there no 6? There's no 6 milli. Oh no. Isn't that weird? There's no 6 millimeter in here. Okay. So 5.75, I guess we're going to do. Okay. Or should we do 6.5? Maybe I should just do 6.5. Let me do 6.5 so I'm not going below. So that is a 6.5. Let me get the name right. Ergo Crochet Hook by Boy. So Boy is also a tapered hook. I've never used one before. It has the brand on the thumb rest there. Controversial if you ask my daughter. It also has, I don't know if you can hear that. There's like a line, a seam all the way around the crochet hook from the mold. But it feels comfortable. I like this bulby part at the end because it doesn't cut into your skin. You know how some hooks, especially if they're smaller, that little tip can kind of push into your hand if you're crocheting for a long time. This feels like it won't because it feels like it's a nice round ball down there. So it depends how you hold your hook. My daughter holds her crochet hooks like this. So it depends how you hold yours. Okay, so the Boy is getting in the lineup. And the rest are going to go sit over there. Now, I feel like we should get right into the Susan Bates. Oh, no, we have one more. Wait, where is it? This guy we should do. Okay, this is a 6.5 Boy crochet hook. Just aluminum, so nothing fancy on it. This is the OG. This costs a lot. I think because they're out of stock or they're just hard to find right now. But on Amazon, I paid $13.15 for this. How crazy is that? Crazy. But I bought it because I wanted to compare the aluminum crochet hook. The original Boy crochet hook. So it's got the Boy written on the thumb rest on one side and the size information written on the other side of the thumb rest. So that is the Boy 6.5 millimeter going in for testing. It does look remarkably, like noteworthily different. The under bit of the hook is very pointy, like sharp. Like if you just had that little hook on the ground, it would hurt more than Lego. Like that is a hook. It's very pointy. So we will be testing that. I think it's the sharpest of all of them. Like it is nowhere. Yeah, there's nothing near that sharp. No, this is the sharpest. So we're going to keep track of sharpness up there. Sharpness at the tip and sharpness of the actual hook. This is a very sharp hook. So that one's going for testing. Comparing against the Susan Bates aluminum hook. Now, I did use one of these a bazillion years ago, like a decade, and I was expecting it to suck. I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be terrible. And it was like, it worked very well. I was like, oh my gosh, it totally works. So I'm going to be comparing the 6 milli. Should I just do 6.5? Okay, I'll do the 6.5. So this is an inline hook now. Now we're doing inline. What's on my TV? Something. Okay. So from can you see from the back side, it's just like a solid stick going all the way up. So the hook is carved out of it. And, well, it's carved out really great. I'm excited to try this. It's like, I'm not really an inline hook girl, but I think it's that I haven't had inline hooks. I think they're good for holding on to the yarn. It looks interesting, right? So it also has the Susan Bates written on the one side and the size information on the other. And I'm excited to use it because I had a great experience with the Susan Bates. Like, I really enjoyed it. So there is a Boy and there is a Susan base. So see at the top, one's skinnier, one's tapered, and one is not. That's how you can tell if it's inline or tapered. And if you look from the back, you can see even easier. One is tapered and one is not. I'm excited. Okay, put that back in my testing row. I'm gonna line out all the hooks, and I'm gonna take a photo of them so I know what hook I have to use in what order. Because yes, I will get confused. I do have the good old Clovers. Of course, I bought replacements. I have tons of these around my house, but if I have to start looking for them, I panic that I'm running out. So I got 2 extra 5 millis and 2 extra 6 millis, and I will be comparing a 6 milli. If I could slide it out. There we go. So these are tapered. And my favorite crochet hook. So I'm going to try not to be biased because we all know I love a Clover. I love the price. So this is not the best price in the world. I think these were like $8, $9. They were not on sale or anything. I try to buy them when they're on sale. $8.96. So basically $9 for one crochet hook. But I know the crochet hook is going to last. It has a really like a matte finish, but it's like Teflon. It just... So I love a Clover. I'm not going to go on about a Clover because you all know I love a Clover, but that is in the mix. Speaking of Clover, now this is where it gets exciting, let me tell you. I don't know what size these are. 5.5, 6.5. Uh-oh. Again, no 6? What's going on? This is wild. Okay, I'm going to use a 6.5. Are you sure? 5 of them, right? Yeah, okay. So these have fabulous reviews on Amazon. The name of them, I'm going to have to find it. Where is my phone? Oh, it's charging. Okay, well, I'll put the name up on the screen. They have really good reviews. They're compared to Clover. They're made in China. And they have a wooden handle. So they were really hard to ship to me. They wouldn't ship to my freight forwarder in America. I had to get them from England. But apparently they're very similar to Clover, but with a wooden handle instead of a plastic handle. So I haven't used one yet. Ooh, really nice. So it's carved into the wood. I don't know if you can hear that. But this is a 6.5 millimeter. It's tapered like a Clover, but more severe on the sides. Do you see that rut or that groove going up the side of the hook? That is something extra. If you compare the side of the hook, the sides look very different. Oh my gosh. And the size is also amazingly different. Okay, look at that. So the wooden one is this new brand that I forget what it is. And the other one is the good old Clover. Also look at the height difference. Look at that. So you get a lot more shaft. That's the thumb rest. Right? So you get a lot more shaft with this new version. But it's shiny and not matte. It's very smooth. And it's just pretty. I mean, that's just a pretty hook, isn't it? The shape of the handles, I gotta say, they do look very similar. I'd say the wooden one is a little more curvy. Can you see that? Can I get my face out of the way? How about like that? So the wooden one is a little more curvy. It's also a little more wide. The thumb rest is a little more wide on the wooden one. So it might be better than a Clover. It might be. Maybe this is my new hook. Oh, it also has, and not to just compare it to Clover, but you know, yes, I am. At this moment, I am. Thumb rest. Can you see how it scoops up? Vroop. So when your thumb is on there, there's a place for your thumb to stop. Where on the Clover, you just kind of know where your thumb goes, but it doesn't stop. It just stays there. Plus, it's a little shorter in the handle. This one comes off a little bit. Well, the handle seems almost the same size, really. I don't know. I'm going to have to try those. Okay. Enough gushing. This could be a winner. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So I have these different sizes, a 3.5, a 5.5, a 4 millimeter, and a 2.5. It came as a set. We'll try it. Now, I think we can talk. Okay, now one more. Dots crochet hook. So this is We Crochet. I want to say, where's my We Crochet? Oh, there they are. Knit Picks Dots crochet hook set. So these are from Knit Picks, but it's also from We Crochet. It says, with sharp points and comfortable ergonomic handle, these We Crochet hooks are the perfect set for long periods of crocheting. Okay, exciting. Now, let's see. There's 9 hooks in here. Oh, the price for the set was $34.99 for this box of crochet hooks, which works out to $3.89 per hook. Number one, handles are adorable. Would I like them to be white plastic instead of pink? Yes, but I'll survive. That's just me being fussy. Look at all the gorgeous colors. Okay, let me hold them the other way because the handles are so pretty. Look at all those pretty colors. Oh, and look at this also. They also have like a little hole at the bottom where you could put something there. If you felt like personalizing your crochet hooks, they have an automatic little spot for something. So, and the sizes are stamped into the handle, which is great. So you can see it. It's not going to get lost or rubbed off. Where is a 6? My cute pink one? Oh, my cute pink one. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to, is there a bigger one? No, that's the biggest. Okay, so these go all the way from 2 millimeter. So 2 millimeter, 2.5, 3 millimeter, 3.5, 4, 4.55, 5.5, and 6. All the sizes are there on the side of the box. Adorable. Let's see. We're just going to talk about the 6. Okay. It has a nice thumb rest with a scoop. A little whoop. Kind of like a tulip hook. It does feel nice in the hand. It is long enough. I feel like I always just have to get my Clover out. So this one, the shaft is the same as a Clover. The length of the shaft is the same as a Clover. But the handle is longer. So that's nice. Do you think I'm going to find crochet hooks that I like better than a Clover? Is that what just happened here? We're going to find out. The style of the shaft look, I would say, identical other than the finish. The Clover still has that matte finish, and the We Crochet is a bit shinier. But the shape looks the same, doesn't it? Yes. So if you like a longer handle than the Clover, these could be it for you. If you like the rest from a tulip crochet hook, this could be the crochet hook for you. It is very comfortable. Like it feels like that is supposed to fit in your hand, and there's nothing bugging you. Like I think I pretty much have a constant red spot from crocheting. Well, I have it on my left hand too, so maybe that's just me. But this feels good. I have to say it feels good. So those last 3 feel like they're contenders. You can see how many we have in the lineup now. It's growing. I can't wait to test drive. I have to make this video like right now because I have to test drive these hooks. Okay, now we have some streamline-ish style hooks. This is Mindful Knits Premium Crochet Hook. Cute package. And it comes on a cute card, like tied with a ribbon. That's cute. And it's a 6, I picked a 6mm. So this is inline. You can see how it is straight from the back, and there's just a hook cut out of it. So it is inline. It's very lightweight. Oh, and it says Mindful Knits on the one side. And then it says J or 6mm on the other side. It's very light. This is probably like the lightest crochet hook. I think I should get like one of those scales and like weigh each hook so we can know how heavy they are. I think this might be the pointiest tip. Can you see how pointy that is? Like at the top of it, it's pointy. Okay, so that's interesting. I want to give it a try. It feels small. It feels like, you know, it doesn't get out of my hand. But if you were a pencil grip, it might be nice for you. And it might be nice also. I think it just might be a bit short, but I don't know. I'm going to try. It's one thing to like review hooks of like, this is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. But until you actually crochet with it, you just don't know. We're going to give them a try. I'm going to put that all back together. Now, this hook I'm excited about. It is from Katek. I'll put it up on the screen. It's a 6mm. Now, I was talking to Yeah Crochet Corner, and she was showing me her favorite hook, and this is her favorite hook. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have it coming in the you know, in my shipment. I was surprised. So instead of being like round everywhere, it is flat completely on one side. Can you see that? It's like flat like a boat. So one side is rounded like a ball, or maybe you can see that way. I don't know. How can I show you that? How can I show you? Maybe underneath, I can take it inside and show you. Can you see how flat it is on the one side? Oh, my chicken. Hi, chicken. I want to make that chicken. Hi, chicken. Okay, anyway. So it has, it's a 6mm crochet hook encased with flowers and glitter with a nice little plastic handle. And it's a little bit bent, so it naturally flows down. And I just think it's really pretty. So it basically has a thumb rest, like for your whole hand. Your fingers can curl around that thumb rest. Your thumb rest can be on the whole side of that crochet hook is flat. And it's long enough to come a little bit out the edge of your hand. It doesn't feel like it's stopping and digging into your palm. So that one is interesting. And it's a tapered hook. It feels nice and smooth. I'm really excited to crochet with it. It has the size imprinted there, but it's underneath the plastic, so it doesn't bother your thumb. Excited about that. We also have, oh, now, hold on. Did I not bring this again? Oh, no, I have it here. I can read it from here. Because the name is not on the box. The name says Nice Met. It is not Nice Met. It is BS Hooker. BS Hooker. I mean, I'm cool with it. And, oh, let me show you how it shows up. Like that. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's so pretty. You can pick different colors. I couldn't decide, and I thought I could always find an orange crochet hook. Like at least it would show up in the Yarnery. It is inline. If I could hold it straight for you. Pretty hooky, right? Nice and sharp up there. It feels like it would crochet well. What is weird about it is the sizing is shoved into the handle there, kind of holographically. We met 6.0. That for me is awkward. I feel like I couldn't even see it. When I was doing the unboxing, I couldn't even see it. It looked like there was something inside. I don't know. Now with glasses on, I can see. But then even when you're holding your hook and looking at it, you have to turn your hook upside down and then read it. Like I wouldn't check my hooks for sizes in this direction naturally. I think it's pretty. I think it's nice. It's long. There's no specific thumb rest as in with this streamline shape, but it does come off the end of my hand. I don't think my hands are particularly big or particularly small. Like for gloves, I think I'm a size 7, 7.5. I have longer fingers, I suppose. So I like, I don't want them. Anyway, that's the gist of it. It feels nice and smooth everywhere. I like the color. I think it looks really fun. Not crazy about the branding. Not crazy about that sticker being inside. Maybe if the sticker was down at the bottom, like down here, that's where I would be looking for the size. But I like the packaging. I think it's super cute. Like I feel nice. I feel like an expensive hook. Oh, I didn't tell you the price. Okay, this was $10.99. Now we have the OG Streamline. This is from Furls. We all know my previous experience with Furls. If not, you can look back. I think it was more a problem with customer service, but I'll give her a break at the moment. So it comes in this little box. The box was already opened kind of when I got it. So it didn't make me feel super happy about it, but it's fine. Look at the beautiful hook. Number one, the branding's appropriate. It has the J 6mm furls right on the side, and you're holding the hook the correct way around, not looking at the size like that, so that makes sense. And just look at the colors. You can, of course, pick your color, get whatever color you like. I couldn't decide, so I went for this matte finish, rainbow matte finish thing. It's very smooth. It's really nice and smooth. It feels like a Clover hook everywhere instead of just the tip of it. And it is inline. It is very inline and very smooth. It seems to fit nice in the hand. I'm excited to try it. We're going to see. The shape of the tip looks a little bit less aggressive than the other streamline shapes. Let me just show you the other streamline shapes. I think the Furls is the least aggressive of all these shapes. Interesting. I'm interested to see how they work. Now, one more. This is another nice mat, also BS Hooker. Look at that. So it's another streamline shape, not streamline brand, streamline design, 6mm inline. So it's straight at the back and the hook is just cut out of it. And it is bigger. See how the end comes off of my hand? It's longer. We can compare it. It's also fatter. So it's fatter at the bottom. Trying to get my face out of the way. Fatter at the bottom and a little bit taller at the top. And a little more aggressive of a hook at the top. Now, I don't know. I've never used these. I don't know if aggressive hook is what you want at the top or you want something more like slender, less aggressive. We're going to see. Okay, I have to keep those in order now. So those are the crochet hooks we're going to be test driving. And now that I have shared them with you, I can go and get some yarn and start. I think I'm just going to do like a swatch. I'm thinking if I end up with a scarf, it's going to be all right. And I'm also thinking just double crochet. I want to be working into the stitches so I can see how nicely those hooks go in and out of the stitches instead of just spaces. And then we're going to be able to see as it goes along based on this order of which hook makes the nicest stitches. And then we're also going to compare that to what they cost. So here is our final crochet hook lineup. There we go. Isn't that exciting? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 crochet hooks that we're going to try. And we'll find out which one we love the best. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to go grab a ball of yarn. I'm going to take a picture of this, grab a ball of yarn. I'm going to start hooking. So I'll be back for part 2. And then we'll do the grand finale of like all the facts and figures. And if there's a crochet hook that you love that I missed that I can still purchase, because some of them are really hard to find, let me know in the comments, because I'm all about having one of every hook so we can talk about all the hooks. That's my whole goal. So thanks so much for popping in. enjoy your crocheting this week. I'm going to be loving on mine. I can't wait. And I'll be back next week with the finale of how all these hooks worked out. Stay hooked. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I don't even know what color yarn. I'm not going to do variegated. I think it has to be a solid color, like a light purple maybe, so you can kind of see the stitches and it's not too bright. A light lavender, a lilac. I could just do cream. Is that too boring? Probably. What about a light pink? Light turquoise? Okay, a light color. I gotta go find one. Okay, stay hooked. Hi, Oliver. What do you need? Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm talking about yarn hooks. But give me like half an hour. Okay? Okay. Oh, my knees. I sat on my knees for a long time. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Yep. It's gonna take me a minute.